Hi you guys, and welcome to today's pick a card reading. I keep getting distracted by myself because I'm sitting a little bit closer to the camera now. Welcome you guys. If this is the first time you're meeting me, I am the Hermit Tarot and this is my free tarot reading channel here on YouTube. I don't know what that was about, but welcome. Today's video is a video that I kind of think helped grow this community. It's a topic that I do like to do, but it takes a lot of energy, so I don't get to do it very often. We are getting channeled messages from your person. I will be channeling first person, and I will be getting a lot of information, a lot of specific information. I always do when I do these kinds of readings. So the aim of today's video specifically is to get channeled messages from your person's highest self. So the idea of a higher self is that this is an energy that sits above you. This is not you in your matrix form. This is you in your spiritual form. There's this feeling as though your higher self, or there's a theory, should I say, that your higher self is able to see things from a bird's eye point of view, and that they're able to be able to guide you while also being a part of your consciousness and your matrix version, if that makes sense. I consider your higher self to kind of sit above you in the 4D or 5D in terms of energy spaces, whereas your conscious matrix self will exist in the 3D world. I hope that helps. I hope that doesn't confuse you more. You're welcome to Google it before you get into your reading if that helps you find the group that is best for you. But that has been my intention today when channeling these messages. I am filming this intro after I've done all the readings, and I can tell you that all 4 of the groups were very different, but I can personally see how I probably, if I was watching this video, I may have messages in different groups. So use your discernment, trust your intuition, take time and mindfulness when you select your group today. And if you do feel like certain messages don't fit, then that's fine. It's a very specific reading, so take what resonates, don't let the rest take from you. The only other thing I wanted to say was that down below in the timestamps, you will notice that I have 2 different timestamps for your group. So one of the timestamps is at the start, and the second one is after I've shuffled, because I do shuffle on camera, and I shuffled all the cards on camera as well. So if you want to skip ahead and you don't want to have to watch me shuffle, then you can click ahead and click on that timestamp. Other than that, I think that's all from me. I'm going to now bring you into the pick a group portion of this reading, where you can choose which of these 4 groups you're feeling most called to. Hi everyone, and welcome to the pick a group portion of this reading. We have 4 rocks here today to choose from. I love rocks more than I love crystals, so every now and then I do a pick a rock video. Now, the first group, you guys have this very big, shiny rock. This rock has actually been detailed by my sister. She spent, actually this is when she used to own this rock. She got a hold of our mother's nail polish and just went ham here. My sister was very young at that time. She's still quite young though. And she's just, yeah, you can see where the nail polish has changed this rock's appearance. So that's group 1. That rock is reddish hues as well. Very interesting. Now group 2, you have this granite piece of rock here. This is a very special rock to me. It was taken from land that is sacred to my father. It's his traditional land, and that creek, that whole space, oh, it's just been a part of my childhood, and I intend on it being a part of my future as well. So this piece of rock has a very sentimental attachment. I have a very sentimental attachment to it. That's group 2. You have that granite piece. Now group 3, you guys have this white piece of rock here. Now this rock actually came from the beach, but we find this kind of quartz all over the place here in Cairns, here in Australia, especially in Queensland. You'll find like rocks like this everywhere, and I'm sure that it's common in other parts of the world as well. It's a beautiful white piece that really stands out in the water. water. So when you see it, usually as a kid, you're always picking it up. So group 3, that's your rock. Group 4, you guys have this piece, and it is something that was clearly attached to other rocks and it got chipped away over time. I can't actually, oh no, I remember now. This rock is a gift from a friend who lives very rural. She has her own little property there, and there's like a creek on that property. And when the creek floods, it pulls debris from the mountains, and these beautiful rocks come out. They're different types of quartz, and this quartz rock does have sort of bluey gray hues to it, and it can also, you can see where it was just lodged in sediment for years. See, there's all the red dirt around it as well. So it's a very little sentimental piece, and it's something that I keep charged on my smoking, cleansing, protecting station. So it's just a nice decorative rock for me, and it has that strong connection to the land that I am on as well. So group 4, that is your rock. These are the 4 groups. If you already know which of these 4 groups you're feeling most called to, you are welcome to jump ahead now. Timestamps are down below. If you want, you can join me in the meditation, which will be playing next. It's a quick minute meditation to help you choose your group or see your group or feel for your group. So regardless, I shall see you in your reading. So the first thing I want you to do with me is to take in 2 deep, mindful breaths. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Now I want you to focus on clearing your mind. It's natural to have thoughts racing at this point. I want you to embrace each thought as it comes and let it slip as quickly as it came in. Focus on clearing and balancing out these thoughts so that they come and go without a desire to be attached to them. And now, with a rested mind, I want you to think of the first group that comes to your mind. It may be a number, it may be an object that I showed you. It could be a specific color, it could be a feeling that you felt when I showed you each of the groups today. When you are ready and when you feel confident, select your group and join me in your reading. Group 1 and welcome. If you guys chose this beautiful rock, then this is going to be your reading. You can see the little parts where my sisters put nail polish on it. Oh bless, I love rocks. So group 1, we're asking Spirit today for channeled messages from your person's highest self. And I want to say a massive thank you to the patrons who suggested this reading today. I honestly get a lot out of these kinds of videos, so it does take a lot of energy, but I feel like it can be very insightful as well, doing channeled messages. So I am going to be channeling in first person. We're going to be getting a lot of information, including advice from their higher self. So hopefully a lot of juicy, clear messages come through for you guys. Group 1, please, Spirit, can we please get channeled messages from their person's higher self? What does their person's highest self want to say to them, Spirit? Group 1. I'm seeing a lot of like warmth. What does group 1's person's highest self want to say to them, Spirit? A lot of warmth. We have the Strength card coming out first. We also have the King of Cups. What does their person's highest self want to say to them? We have the Three of Cups in the reverse. What does their person's highest self want to say to them, please, Spirit? We have the Ace of Wands showing itself to me in the reverse. We also have the Universe card coming out. Okay. Your bottom deck energy in tarot is the Queen of Wands reversed. I'm still going to be pulling more cards, so bear with me. Bear with me. Group 1. What does their person's higher self want to say to them, Spirit? Group 1's person's higher self. Hello. We have the Emperor, lead. We have the Wheel of Fortune, flow. What does their person's higher self want to say to them? We have the Four of Cups now. The Three of Wands. Your bottom deck energy is the World card again, upright. You got that twice now. Okay. Sorry, there's some more. Surprise! Can I please get some advice from their person's higher self? What does their person's higher self want to offer them in terms of advice? I'll talk more about this card in your reading. What does their person's higher self want to offer them in terms of advice? What does their person's higher self want to offer them in terms of advice? What does their person's higher self want to offer them in terms of advice, please, Spirit? Don't take reversals in this deck. Okay. We're there. We're finally there. It's time to channel. Okay. You bring so much warmth into my life, so much power, so much passion, so much desire. I feel like I've learned so much from you, just from watching you, observing you. You are such a strong force in my life. You bring so much warmth and so much passion. Honestly, it was a bit terrifying at first. You stir feelings within me that I feel are out of my control. And you give me this energy that I need to be more, almost making me think that I'm not enough already. I've got to be honest with you, your presence stirs a lot of insecurities within me, and I don't blame you, although I did at one point. I try not to blame you now. Your presence is so provoking to me. It makes me see everything that I'm not doing, or everything that I'm not capable of, or everything that I have failed in. And it's been such a profound experience trying to learn how to deal with these feelings and this emotion that you stir, because it's not just passion. There is so much emotion evoked from your presence in my world, however small it is at this point in time. You give me feelings that I'm still struggling to control. I pretend you don't bother me. I pretend that your energy isn't as impactful as it is, but the truth is it constantly pulls me in like an undercurrent or a strong tide. I almost lose control when I'm around you. It's easier trying not to be around you. But I do feel like all of this is leading to something. And I have accepted that there seems to be some sort of divine flow here, some sort of divine connection here between the two of us. Things just happen in a way where we can't explain it. It's almost serendipitous. All these similarities, all these strange synchronicities, and I just hope that our paths do continue to cross in this way. It really feels like things are moving forward for the better, but I can't help but feel like I've waited too long to realize this. I feel like we were too distracted, or at least I was, focused on frivolous and the things that are fickle and sweet temporarily, but long term they disappear, they run out. It feels like I only really started taking certain aspects of my life seriously when it was too late. I do want you to know that I am trying to grow, trying to be more emotionally aware, emotionally depth, in the sense of I feel like we both pretended when this first began. I feel like I didn't have a lot to show you or show for you. It feels like things are trying to stir in a way where I either need to do something now, or in future I've got to be more present, or I'm going to miss out. And I do see some sort of future here, I just don't know how that's going to work. I'm very focused on taking advantage of things that are in front of me, but it makes me think that I've left something very important behind. It makes me feel like I've missed out on a wonderful opportunity with you. It's hard not to imagine how all of this advancement in my life is taking me further and further away from you. And it really does feel like I've missed out by simply facing the other way this whole time. There's so much that I need to tell you. I still think about that false start. I still think about what would have, could have, should have happened had the passion just gone into more emotions more sooner. It feels like we just let it fire like a firecracker. And as soon as that gunpowder ceased, we weren't willing to bring something more substantial to keep the flames going. I say we because I'm assuming that you thought about this too, but it's certainly something that I've been thinking about. I often wonder why I didn't just try again, why I didn't just try to start that fire with you again. Part of me feels like I let it go out intentionally, even though I would spent a long time telling myself it didn't happen that way. I tried to tell myself that life pushed us apart and that opportunity pulled me away. But the truth was I always felt you there. I always felt you behind me with every step forward I tried to take. And I realize now that part of me did willingly accept opportunities that took me further away from you because it was easier than confronting those feelings that you gave me all the way in the beginning. From the beginning, it just felt like we were an odd match. It felt like you were over here in your glory, attractive in your own way, and I was over here in my own path, pretending not to be bothered or to not care as much as I did. You were always so attractive to me, and you were always something I was so curious about, like a moth to a flame. I was always wondering what else there was to you as a person. How many sides do you have, for example? How much depth is there to your personality? What do you do for hobbies? What are your interests? It feels like I never really got to see your core. And the more that I realized that, although the initial feeling was pain, it became even more painful when I realized I'd done the same thing to you. I never really let you into my core. I like to think that all of this is leading towards something, some sort of finale, an opportunity to set the record straight perhaps, some sort of celebration. I like to think that at the end of everything, all of this awareness and all of this growth will lead to some sort of celebration or culmination, a feeling of being rewarded for the amount of healing and reflection we've both done. As distracted as my matrix self is, my soul still feels so connected to you. Through every bit of success and growth I experience, I feel you growing and being successful with me. And I do connect with you all the time. I almost feel you with me sometimes. Your soul was so familiar to me already. I really wish I would have realized some of this stuff sooner, because I can see now how the way that I treated you was very much how I was treating myself and those around me, in the sense of I had been calling people out for things that I myself was doing, a bit hypocritical. And it does feel like, in hindsight, if I had known these things, maybe I would have chosen differently. Maybe I would have done things differently. Maybe I would have taken the other path, or waited a little bit longer, or stoked that fire by putting another log on the pile. I can't help but feel a sense of regret, but I know it's not healthy to continue trying to feel this way. I'm doing my best to just work through my emotional insecurities and my desire to want to control everything when it comes to my emotions. I have tried to move on and move forward into other relationships, but it just doesn't reach my heart in the way that you have. And then it just feels cruel trying to show face with someone who doesn't actually fulfill that role. I'm hoping that all of this awareness will lead into something better for both of us. Part of me has had to accept that we're two different clothes on the same body. Although we're connected in some way, you serve a different purpose than I, but then the other part of me just feels like it's too close to be nothing. There's got to be something special about this. I am hoping for a rebirth of some sorts, for something to happen again, if not to give emotional closure, to at least show me once and for all that this fire is truly out. I'd be curious to know if it still burns when I see you. My advice for you, while I figure all of this out, is to remind yourself that you are strong and that you are stronger than whatever happened between us. I really encourage you to try to release any emotional attachments that you have to our shared past or beliefs that you have to our shared past, in the sense of growth and reflection is healthy, but I'm doing my best to try not to blame myself or you for what has happened. We can't change that, and it shouldn't reflect our future, let alone where we are right now. I want you to know that you are safe and that you are loved. And although my actions in the past may not have made you feel that way, it is really important for your own growth that you do understand those things. It doesn't mean you have to accept them from certain people, but I really want you to understand that what happened between us does not need to be a recurring theme or pattern in your life. It doesn't need to be the standard template for how all relationships in your life need to go. I also want you to know that I see a lot of potential and growth in the future of your journey. I see you having an opportunity to break barriers, to burst through the glass ceiling that has been holding you back. And I've already seen you grow from afar. I see you exceeding all limits, if I'm honest with you. You seem to grow from whatever's happened between us. And part of my matrix self gets jealous and envious, but a massive part of it is just happy and proud. I'm so happy for you, and I want you to know that it will get better for you. I do see that you have an opportunity coming up, and I hope that you've worked through what's happened between us enough to accept this opportunity into your life. I want you to know that this is the main reason why I want you to feel safe and to not feel too attached to what has happened between us in our past and others in your past. You do have an opportunity coming up, and my advice to you is to really take this leap. You are protected, you are safe, and you are expanding, growing beyond the limits that you subconsciously perceive for yourself. You're outgrowing an environment as well, a social environment. You may find that in this time you even get a new friend group, because it feels like whatever is coming next for you, it affects at least 2 areas of your life, and it involves you liberating yourself from who you once were, letting go to a part of yourself in your past who is still trying to exist in your present. I do see that this has been your mission in this life, to attain a new goal of ascension, a new height of ascension. You've been training for this for lifetimes, and you will succeed in this lifetime. It really feels like you're meant to be someone special. And the minute you realize that no one, least of all me, no one can hold you back from that. My matrix self will struggle to see you shine initially, because it serves a painful reminder of everything that they missed out on. But I want you to know that my core and my spirit cheers for your successes. We need more people like you, people who raise our vibrations and inspire us to continue to succeed. Success really differs in this lifetime to how it has been portrayed previously, and you're the physical embodiment of that kind of soul success. So that is my advice. Please stay safe. Do your best to not let those beliefs and emotional attachments from your past hold you back. And know that you are expanding, you are growing. Let these opportunities into your life. And I wish you so much love and success for your future. So group 1, that's what I have for you. I'm going to wipe my nose because it's leaking a lot. It always does that after I channel. It's not too bad though, it's just really itchy. I do think that this person is going to cross paths with you again. They feel like they're in some sort of time warp with you. I don't know if you guys just pop up into each other's lives when you least expect it, but this person feels like there's a celebration or some sort of opportunity to see you at a celebration. They're anticipating an opportunity with the universe for things to come full circle, and their higher self doesn't want you to focus on that. Their higher self was very hesitant to share that because I feel like that's not supposed to be your goal. Your energies are very separate, and it feels like although you are very similar, you have different purposes right now, with them showing up as the King of Cups reversed and you showing up as the Queen of Wands reversed. They are supposed to work through emotional barriers in order to inspire others in a similar position to do the same, whether that's just people in their friend group, in their family, on a more public platform. The healing that they do for their heart and how they love will affect multiple people in their life, which will continue on like a domino effect. And for you, your energy is just in a position of growth and expansion and protectiveness. You're so protected. The universe is really looking after you and being careful about who comes into your energy, because you're very high vibrational, group 1. And I do think that that is your mission. You've worked through a lot of emotional issues. I use that word lightly. I don't mean to categorize certain things as issues, but that's the best way that I could probably say it. You've worked through a lot of that emotional stuff, and it feels like you're at a point in your journey where you're really vibrating and you're working through energetic barriers now. You're expanding perceptions and the reality that we see here through your energy and what you attract towards you and what you accept into your energy. So it's very interesting. I can't fully wrap my head around it, but I do get the strong feeling that you're both on different soul paths right now in terms of soul missions, with helping those around you achieve specific goals and checkpoints. I do definitely think that you have a big opportunity coming, and your soulmate, I just said soulmate. I don't know if they're a soulmate, sorry, but your person's higher self really wants you to take this opportunity. I have a feeling that it's going to continue offering you success. Like it's a full moment is what it feels, a fresh beginning to shed an old layer of yourself that has still been clinging to you. It could be you moving to a new location. It could be you starting a brand new profession. It just feels very, very fresh, and like you're getting to layer on certain things that you want to again. Like if you move house, it makes me think that you get to, choose what kind of rugs you have again. You can choose how you want to stock your fridge again. You can choose where you want to go to the gym again. It's those sorts of things, but on a bigger scale. You're slowly, like you've gone full minimalist and you're slowly allowing specific things back. This could have already happened for many of you. Oh, that's what I'm seeing. So let's get some other channeled messages, and then we'll get some initials as well. What else does group 1's person's higher self want to say to them? What else does group 1's person's higher self want to say to them? I also want you to know this message here with the 3 of Cups and the King of Cups reversed, both of them. I don't doubt that your person has tried other relationships, okay? They were very honest about that. They have tried dating or being with other people. They may actually be in a commitment, especially with the King of Cups reversed, but I don't think that they're able to actually emotionally connect to this person. They're very emotionally unavailable because they're shedding skins as well, and what they're shedding is emotional barriers and safety, like protective gear that they've had over their heart to protect them from allowing people too close to them. And even as they break those barriers down and become more vulnerable, this is going to reshape a lot of the relationships in their life. It's going to, being more vulnerable, you know, if you had previously with your protective gear put up with harmful or like, how do I word this? It's kind of like, say you had the blinders on and someone was coming at you with high beams, but your blinders were on so you couldn't see. They've taken their blinders off now, and what they're seeing is completely raw and 100% real, and they can't put those blinders back on. So I see that this person is struggling in relationships right now. They're realizing that they're not actually that connected to people who they were supposed to be connected to. This isn't just lovers. This is also friends and family, but mostly friends and lovers. What else does their higher self want to say to group 1? Yeah, wow. What else does their higher self want to say to group 1? Your bottom deck energy is the Devil card reversed. Okay, so this person has worked through a lot of unhealthy attachments that they've had to you. They've really worked through that feeling of being so obsessively connected to you. This person was either trying to run from that feeling or like full body embracing it to the point where it was very unhealthy, and it gave them a feeling as though this connection was more of an addiction, an attachment in an unhealthy way. There is this feeling here of this person being very sexually attracted to you. And I feel like they do find you very physically attractive, group 1. And this person, like, honestly, you took every box, and you feel like a guilty pleasure in terms of this person, like, thinks of you secretly. You're like a taboo feeling for them. They can't openly express this. They're identifying their sexual desires for you as something that is unacceptable or not allowed. So that's how they feel at the moment. Now, we're also being shown maybe over here in the reverse. So they're definitely telling me that they've gained clarity. Their higher self has been helping them through a dark time where a lot of truths have been revealed, and it's caused a lot of pain. It's caused like painful epiphanies, sleeplessness. This person's mind has been overactive recently, and it has triggered further feelings of insecurity because they are seeing now what they feel you may have seen all along. How they had chosen their life based on how it felt, touched, taste, smelled, rather than how it truly connected to them. This person could have used their physical world to distract them. With the 9 of Pentacles reversed, they're suddenly feeling very insecure, like none of that even matters. This person is saying that they probably didn't treat you in the way that you deserve to be treated as well. I never imagined so much perfection in the reverse. Kind of gives me this feeling of they just kind of pushed you away. Now, we also have the 8 of Wands in the reverse, so I do feel like this person has pumped the brakes and they've done like a massive, like, please, please stay away kind of feeling. I don't know if it's because of whatever they're going through right now, but I do sense that if you are in a separation, whether it's been recently or for a long time, there's a feeling of barriers between the two of you, and this is happening on purpose. Things are slowed down. They're also indicating that they haven't really been able to openly communicate with you consistently with that card reversed. It's not to say that they don't want to, but they're definitely trying to be very careful over how they exchange energy with you. We're also being shown I am sorry here in the reverse. So I don't know if this is mostly because they haven't been able to fully delve into these feelings and what has happened between the two of you, but I do want you to know that this card tells me that they are aware of how they've acted towards you and how the outcome is now causing pain or has caused pain for you in the past. I feel like they kind of go through feelings where sometimes they're okay, and then sometimes something reminds them of that, and they're like, oh God, that was pretty rude. Like, that was a D move. That was a D head move, a dirtbag move, let's say that. We also have the Four of Swords in the upright, so I need time for me. That card kind of tells me that this person is healing. Whatever clarity they've received, it is something that shooketh them. And this Four of Swords is really, honestly, they need to heal, because from this healing will be new beginnings for them. And I feel like they want you to take advantage of the opportunities that you have. There's this strong feeling of, please don't miss out because of me. Please don't miss out because of me. Now, this is coming from their higher self. Their matrix self probably would never, but their higher self is literally begging you, please don't miss out because of me, because I feel like you have a really strong purpose in this lifetime, and your purpose may be linked to your material world, but these material opportunities that you are presented with enable you to continue doing the work that your soul is here to do. So you do have a new tangible opportunity presenting itself, and this happens after you open your heart up and release more of that baggage that is connected to this relationship, this connection. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to like fully renounce and pretend that none of this ever happened, but it does mean that you say to yourself, I am open to new opportunities. I'm open to new possibilities. I am open, universe, and I am ready. I feel like that would be very powerful for you to say. Now, I'm quickly going to get initials to close your readings. Take this as confirmation, okay? If it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, it'll probably be for someone else. Can you please get some initials for group 1? Who is that person, please, Spirit? What? Okay, there we go. I'm sorry, but I was just really confused because one of them just went missing and then it was actually hiding over here. So I was like, what? Okay, here are your initials. So only take it if it resonates, okay? If this part doesn't fit, then don't force it to. We have an E, F, B, T, L, A, I, Y. Y again, A, G, S. We have Z, S again, M, excuse me, and an H. Oh, I'm seeing ham. And May. May could have been a significant month. We also have, oh, we don't have July. Why do I see July? We have Sag, could be Sagittarius or Sags. We have Bags, B-A-G-S. What else can I see here? We have Mate. We have Yams. I'm going to leave it there. Those are the initials, you guys. When I start talking about yams, I'm going to quit. Call it a reading. I hope this message was helpful for you. Remember to take what resonates. Don't force anything to fit. And worst of all, don't let it take from you. Appreciate you so much for being here today. If you so feel inclined, please do react to this video. Somehow, apparently, it helps the algorithm, I've heard. So otherwise, I just appreciate you for being here in the first place. I just want to close this reading by taking a quick second to thank your guides, my guides, and our spiritual teams for keeping me safe and for helping me channel these messages today. Sending you so much love and light on your journey, Group 1. Appreciate you for being here, and I shall see you in another video. Bye. Hi Group 2 and welcome. If you guys chose this beautiful rock, then this is going to be your reading. Oh, I'm too excited to see you. Oh my gosh, I need to calm down. Today is a serious video. We're getting channeled messages from your person's highest self. Do you like the hand actions? Anyway, this is a beautiful rock. I love this rock so much. Honestly, I like all of these. That's why I chose them, but yeah, this one hit different. It came from a river that my father's people are from, so it has native ties to my family. I love it so much. It has a special little part in my collection. So welcome, Group Tupus. Groupus Tupus. We're getting channeled messages from your person's higher self. So I did include 2 timestamps for today's video in case you want to skip ahead and ignore all the shuffling. There will be a lot of shuffling, so let me get started. All right. Groupus Tupus, please, Spirit. What does their person's higher self... Oh my gosh, that was quick. We got the Five of Cups coming out. Okay, this person got a lot to say. Oh my lord, it's going to be that kind of reading in terms of I feel like I'm going to have to be very like controlling of what they say to you. We'll see. I don't like to filter messages, but if it is harmful, I will, because there's no point in sharing hate. Group 2, please, Spirit. What does their person want to say to them? Their highest self. Very quick. We have the Judgment card, the Last Judgment, reversed. What does their person want to say to them, Spirit, their highest self? We have the Moon. Oh my gosh. They have a lot to tell you, and it's not hateful. It's just like regretful. The Devil coming out reversed. Capricorn in the building. We got some Cancer and Pisces. We also have Aquarius. We have the Knight of Swords coming out reversed. Speaking of Aquarius, hello, sir. Your bottom deck energy in Tarot is the Nine of Pentacles upright. I'm hearing Buff Baby by Toby Lou stuck in my head. She a nice lady and she's shaking her yams. Why that line? That line has been stuck in my head. Group 2, please, Spirit. What does their person's highest self want to say to them? What does their person's highest self want to say to them? Oh, hello. Okay. We have the third eye chakra coming out for you guys. We also have, oh, you got the Devil card twice, reversed twice. Capricorn is strong in your reading, but it's more the energy that the Devil card offers us. It's not the sign, it's the energy of structure. Well, speaking of structure, the Eight of Pentacles reversed. Wow. What does their person's highest self want to say to them, Spirit? Just one card, please, Spirit. We have the Eight of Wands in the reverse, and your bottom deck energy in this Oracle deck is the Three of Pentacles reversed. Reach out. Wow. Okay, we're going to get some advice as well from their highest self. What advice does their person's highest self have for them? Oh my god, this came out for group 1. This is a collective message at the moment. Wow. Okay. What does their highest self want to say to them? What is their person's highest self advice for group 2? What is their person's highest self's advice for group 2, please, Spirit? The person's highest self's advice for group 2. One more card from this deck. What is the advice from their person's highest self? I don't take reversals, so I'll just show you that. And let's get started. There's a lot to talk about. Let me grab my Amazonite. Okay. Wowzers. This is going to be first person as well, group 2. Okay. First of all, I'm trying to deliver this message without sarcasm, but honestly, thank you. Thank you for cutting me out of your life. I feel like this had to happen. I know this had to happen, but my matrix self just would not change their behavior unless something did change for them. My matrix self was so used to doing the same thing and getting away with the same outcome. My matrix self really struggled to make these changes. So thank you for forcing this change upon us. I do want you to know that I am doing my best to heal through these changes and that it isn't your responsibility to heal for me. Just continue to do what you're doing so that I can do my best to continue moving forward. This is a pattern of behavior that I do struggle with. It's easier for me. It's more comfortable for me to do what I've done previously and to pretend like it'll be working as much as it did last time. I like to pretend these things, but my higher self knows that this can't continue. These changes are permanent now, and this will force... Excuse me? Oh my god, I'm so sorry, you guys. Kirk is climbing up my leg. This will force certain things to start that should have happened a lot sooner. You were someone who awakened me, and for that I need to thank you. I do. I probably never will, but now that you're here in this reading, I need to thank you. You've changed my life forever. I know now that some things could never be and that certain things have to change. There is still a heavy weight of denial impacting my life and the way that I can succeed in my life. But that is for me to work through. It is not your fault, but I feel like it is as your success. You've done the unachievable, basically. You've achieved the unachievable by awakening me to something that I had so strongly tried to deny for so long. I do think that all of this happened so that I could start seeing things for what they truly are. And I've got to be honest with you, I don't like it. I wish I could just turn this off. Let's get this tape out, please. It's haunting me. You are haunting me. The way that you left is just so raw, and it feels like what happened between the two of us has forced me to see things in a way where it's impossible for me to even unsee them. It's like someone gave me laser eye surgery and I didn't even realize I was blind. Now I can see all these colors that shouldn't exist. I want you to know that with all of this truth comes a lot of pain. So I am doing what I can to mask that. I'm doing what I can to pretend like that isn't what's going on. I'm doing what I can to filter through the truth without revealing the pain of what it's showing me. I'm really wearing a mask, and not a lot of people know what's actually going on. Not a lot of people are aware of how impactful this is, and you are. I try my best to keep this under wraps on the down low. It really feels like this is my best kept secret. I don't think anybody else knows that there's this whole other side to me now that is incredibly intuitive, incredibly aware, and very much in pain. With all of this awareness comes all of this burden. It feels like everything that I've ever done wrong is just being slapped across my face like a heavy brick, and I've done a lot of things wrong. There are so many bricks being thrown at me on the daily, and I have the chance now that I'm aware to try to change my actions so that I don't keep getting hit in the face by them. But I'm gonna, again, be honest with you, it's easier to just continue doing the same things and cop those blows to the face until I know how I can change it again. It feels like I have to reteach myself reteach myself to have a nature again. To have a nature that isn't hurtful. I feel like I'm having to undo generations of inappropriate behavior and trauma, because if I don't, then everybody else after me, whether they're my children or my nieces or distant cousins, they're going to continue to get hit in the face with these heavy bricks. I wish somebody did that for me. So for that, I am grateful. Honestly, each of the bricks that are coming from your way, I feel like they are deserved. I can see now how what we had was not something that could grow strongly. It feels like what we had was very much enslavement and an attachment that was weakening both of us. I see now that my obsession with you was something that was keeping both of us from growing. And trust, my higher self is very aware of this, but my matrix self is only just beginning to digest this information. This has been a difficult pill to swallow. Implying that that wasn't right implies that everything up until you leaving was wrong, which is a heavy pill to swallow. How do you just accept that you've been doing something wrong for that long? How do you just accept that everything that you've been working hard for is a lie and needs to stop? It's very difficult now to try to figure out how to create something with sustenance, with substance. I've got to be honest with you, it makes me just want to turn everything off and give up. But I do see you as someone who is in their power, and I hope that I can learn to step into that myself. I'm in a period now where I just have to figure out how to do things better. And I don't have role models. I don't have people that I can turn to and model my behavior from, because those are the people that got me in this situation in the first place. I'm having to really, really think before I act. And trust me when I say, I'm not used to doing that. I'm not used to thinking like that. I'm not used to having to be so cautious and careful. I have been so impulsive in the past, and when it comes to you, I don't want to talk to you because I'm so scared of doing the wrong thing again and getting hit in the face with another brick. I've got to be honest with you, I'm just struggling to talk to a lot of people right now. My actions just feel so deceptive. I try to keep all of this to myself until I know what is going to help me, what is going to help me move forward. I want you to know that my matrix self doesn't know this yet, but I do have the opportunity to try to do things the right way. And it's going to take me a long time to figure this out. It's going to be filled with clumsy mistakes and errors as I try to teach myself how to do things the right way, how to be a decent person again. It's going to take me a long time. And you are the main reason. What happened between us is the main reason that I will have an opportunity to be this person, a better person. I really feel like I left things too late with us. I wish that I would have awakened to what was going on a lot sooner. I wish that I wouldn't have had my rose-colored glasses on, and that I would have realized how much anguish and stubbornness was really happening in our connection, to the point where neither of us were truly happy. Neither of us could truly be our true selves, our happy, genuine selves. So it is all because of you that I now have that opportunity to be who I'm meant to be. Your words ring true in my ears, and your actions speak louder than those words. Now, I do want you to know that I need to not talk to you. I need to not look at you. I need to grow away from you. It's healthy for me. It's healthier for you. We have to be this way. This cycle needs to stop. I'm working now on trying to recycle my life and what is left of it. I'm being careful. I'm getting rid of the waste. I'm allowing in the luxurious, recycled product that can be forged into a new beginning. But it's a big process that is stripping me bare, and it's not pretty, and what's coming out isn't pretty either. So while I'm doing this, I'm just keeping to myself, secretly going through a lot of pain and restructuring major parts of my life. While I do this, I want you to know that you are protected from me and from other people who are like me. This has been an opportunity for both of us to understand how our emotional attachments have been causing repetitive pain in our lives. And I want you to really grow from this. I hope that you will, in the way that will take me much longer to. You are someone who will most likely heal quicker than I will. And I see that for you, the main lesson from our connection is that what happened between us does not have to happen again. It does not have to be a pattern that future lovers will have. That can stay in the past. It doesn't have to be a part of your present, let alone your future. You are protected. You are safe. Your angels protect you. And honestly, this is me telling you that it is time that we really just separate and allow ourselves to become the best versions of ourselves that we are. I want you to know that I am really trying to find my peace, but I'm nowhere near close to it in the way that you are. I hope that you can find the opportunity to really settle into a feeling of safety and comfort before you have the opportunity to grow again. You need to know that for now, things will be moving slowly for you until you feel strong enough to be able to expand again. It is very important that you take time to heal and rest, so that when the light is green and you are faced with the opportunity to help others and to grow with others, you do that. Until that happens though, don't be afraid to reach out to your higher self and to your spiritual team for support. This experience wasn't supposed to break you. What happened between us wasn't supposed to define you, but it was supposed to show you how much you've been kind of missing out on. And I am very sorry that I had to play that kind of role in your life, but I think you will understand, as I will with time, that it had to happen this way. This is something that is helping you ascend into your purpose of helping others through similar situations. You have the ability, when you're healed, to be able to help others in this situation continue to heal. So do something in the meantime to switch up your energy. While you are resting, focus on that. Focus on just healing to the point where you can genuinely be happy again. Switch up your energy and dance with life. I can't say how sorry I am that it had to get that bad before it could get better. But I want you to know that this isn't it. There is so much more for you, and there is so much more for me. I'm just sorry that it took us so long to figure this out. So group 2, that's what I have for you. I'm going to have a quick drink of water. I feel like you will cross paths with this person in the future, but it's going to be different. Whether you see them in passing or on social media, you're going to see them again. And it's going to be very different. It's going to be like looking at an old photograph of a relative, you know, and you can't recognize them because they don't have grey hair. They're young in that picture, and for as long as you've known them, they've always been an old person, except it'll be the opposite. This is someone who you met when they were very immature and when they didn't have a strong identity. They were very moldable, and they were molded based on other people's pain. And it felt like a very karmic situation. So there's so much so many messages of like, I'm sorry, but this is the truth of what happened from this person's higher self. So their advice was honestly very much the kind of advice that would come out. Sorry, I'm only laughing because it's a bit uncomfortable. It's the kind of advice that would come out of, or that would be offered when you've just come out of something like this. So I do think that you guys will be able to work through this a lot quicker than your person will, but I also don't doubt that there's been a lot of pain here, a lot of trickstery, a lot of manipulation, a lot of feelings of need rather than what do you actually want. Like, no, you need to do this, you need to have this, you need this. Very much like an addiction, being held. And the word that came to mind was enslaved, and I use that word lightly. It's quite a drastically triggering word. I am going to get more initials, we're going to get initials, but I'm going to get more channeled messages from this person to see what else their higher self wants to say. What else does group 2's higher self want to say to them? I worry about us a lot, the 7 of Wands reversed. What else does their higher self want to say? The Magician card reversed, I'm manifesting you. Yeah, the 10 of Cups. The 4 of Swords. 4 of Cups reversed. Oh goshness. The Ace of Pentacles reversed. Time to ground yourself. Is there any other cards in here, Spirit? One more card, please, to make it an even 8. Yeah, think before you act. Yes. Your bottom deck energy is the 2 of Swords. I still don't have all the answers. Yeah, this person is in a process of processing. They're in a period of processing things. Not a lot of major arcana, but a lot of divine intervention. So you do need to know that this person is currently being held back from your energy. There is a feeling of this person needs to move in a different direction because they can no longer move towards you. It's not healthy, and it's time to start doing things differently. I do think with the 2 of Swords being your bottom deck energy that they genuinely are trying to figure out how to best move forward. They don't know how to do this for themselves, and they're really trying to teach themselves these things again. They're trying to understand how to act, and they're taking this very, very seriously. So there is an impulsive side to this person that just feels so cozy and familiar. They get away with being a bit reckless, they get away with being a bit brash and impulsive, but they don't want to do that anymore. They want to learn to act from a place of wisdom and certainty. Time to ground yourself. Their higher self is encouraging you both to sort of be present, and whether that's being present in your healing or being present in your joy, there is a strong feeling of stand still and acknowledge where you are right now. Nothing can hurt you. Right here, right now, you are safe. Right here, right now is the gift to be able to recreate your future. There is a strong feeling of just accepting what happened in the past and moving forward, which is what this person's trying to do. And I mean, that's easier said than done, but they're also encouraging you to do the same. They are acknowledging a selfish action here. There's a feeling of taking rather than giving. And I don't think that this was singular. I think that this is the kind of person who may have accidentally done that many times. There is a feeling here of needing to emotionally manipulate you in case you fell, in case you left, not fell. So the Four of Cups here is saying, what do you want? It's like I had to make you need me so that you never realized that I wasn't what you wanted. It's very manipulative, and I don't think that it was something that they meant to do to that extent where people would sit them down and go, that's a sociopathic antisocial behavioral trait. Excuse me. If they were called out in that way earlier on in their life, maybe things would have been different. But I do see here that there was this feeling of, I had to make you need me, otherwise you would realize that you didn't even want me in the first place. Now, the Four of Swords over here, I don't doubt that this person saw you as their forever. I've got to be honest with you. You made it so easy for this person to just fall into a future with you. You were someone that they could see themselves having a future with. You were someone who they saw their happily ever after with, and realizing that they'd accidentally forced that to happen rather than allowed that to be something that was organic was very devastating, and it made them lose confidence in everything that they are. I feel this person really deconstructing and trying to, again, figure out the layers that they want to put back on. This feels like the Magician reversed, because I think the jig is up, the show is over, the lights are on, the smoke has cleared. We can see the truth now, and the truth is not that pretty. This person still hides, but they hide because they're healing now. They hide because their fears have overwhelmed them, and they need to figure out how to move forward. They're definitely in a period of healing, but before they can even really heal, they have to continue processing a lot of heavy denial. Gosh, this person is so heavily in denial, group 2. It's ridiculous. And I feel like their higher self is right there every day with the kind of, I'm hearing whip. Why does slavery keep coming out in your group? I'm so sorry. But it feels like the higher self is right there, the loudest voice in the room as soon as this person wakes up, heal. Think. Don't be impulsive. Stop and think. And this person still manages to fall back into those behavioral traits every now and then. So until they can really, really commit themselves to this change, they're going to be a little bit on the edge of who they once were. There's still a shell of who they once were. Until they can shed that shell once and for all and start fresh, I do think that it's safer for you to kind of be separate from them. Now we're going to get some initials. This is just the icing on top of the cake. So if you don't like this flavor icing, don't take it. Just take what resonates. There may be messages in the letters as well. So group 2, please, Spirit, what are the initials of their person? This could just be extra confirmation, or there could be words in here, which is what happened for group 1. Now we have the letters E, S, E, T. We have U, I, Q, A, J, H, H, O, N, I, T. I'm seeing shit, okay? I'm also seeing net and hit. Jail. No, there's no L. Why am I getting jail? We have join. We have shine. We have thine. We have shoot, with the U, like a shoot. We have quiet. We have quaint. We have Tate, Seth. We have that's probably it. That's all I can see. Oh my gosh, group 2. What else? I feel like I need to do one more thing for you. I feel like I need to do one more thing. Is there any more advice that you can offer group 2, please, Spirit? Is there any more advice you can offer group 2? When I'm in alignment with the love of the universe, peace cannot be disrupted. Yeah, keep doing you, boo-boo. Seriously. The things that you deserve will find you. They may take time because they need to also charge themselves to be at your frequency. But until then, stay in your lane. When you're in alignment with the love of the universe, your peace cannot be disrupted. You are protected, you are safe. Just keep doing you and be patient while you're on this journey of rediscovering and redefining yourself. Literally, I resonate so much with that saying, life is about creating yourself, not finding yourself. You're in a process now of redefining and reshaping who you want to be. And that's something that not a lot of us are afforded. I'm realizing now that not a lot of people realize that or take that opportunity to reshape themselves and to be creative. They fall into the shells of how society's molded them. So be patient with yourself while you do these things. And for as long as you continue to be your most authentic self, shadows and all, your peace cannot be disrupted. Group 2, that's what I'm seeing for you, sweet pea. I'm sending you so much love and light, you guys. I really appreciate you for joining me today. This was a very specific message about a very specific kind of relationship. So if you feel you have messages in other groups, by all means, you're welcome to check them out. Otherwise, I just want to close this reading by thanking your guides, my guides, and our spiritual teams for keeping me safe and for helping me channel these messages today. I just want to remind you that it is a general reading, so take what resonates and please do not let the rest take from you. Thank you so much for all of your support, Group 2. If you feel inclined to, if you would like to help, do react by hitting the like buttons down below, or if you didn't like it, that's fine as well. Just be honest and comment if you so feel inclined. Apparently it's helpful. I don't know. I've been watching a lot of YouTube lately and we're a bit unsure if it's even something that is helpful, but oh well. I'm going to start saying it if I remember to. Sending so much love your way, Group 2, and I shall see you in another video. Bye! Hi, Group 3, and welcome. Excuse me. If you guys chose this beautiful rock, then this is going to be your reading. So hi, Group 3. Today we are doing a channeled messages from your person's highest self reading. I like these readings a lot, but I haven't been able to do them in a while because it usually takes a lot of my energy out. So let's see how we go. I'm feeling good so far. So I've been able to film all of these in one sitting, which is very rare. Let's see how we go, Group 3. All right, now I have included a timestamp down below if you want to skip ahead of all the shuffling, but if you would like to hear me shuffle and lay your cards out, then you're welcome to stay. Group 3, please, Spirit, can we get channeled messages from their person's highest self? What does Group 3's person's highest self want to say to them? Group 3, Group 3's person's highest self want to say to them? We have the 6 of Wands in the upright. I like that. I like that a lot. Group 3, please, Spirit. What is their highest self? We have the Princess of Wands in the reverse. What does their person's highest self want to say to them, Spirit? Group 3. What is Group 3's? We have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Excuse me, that's upright. What does their person's highest self want to say to them? Hello. The Star. Hey now, don't dream it. This person, my gosh, we have the Eight of Wands and the Knight of Wands reversed. Wow, somebody pumped the brakes here real quick. That is a lot of stopping. Like, don't just slow down. Pull that emergency brake and force this carousel to stop. Bottom deck energy is the Eight of Cups upright. Wow. Yeah, the crowded house, don't dream it's over, is like coming into my mind so strongly. Group 3, please, Spirit. Especially that line, there is freedom within, there is freedom without, try to catch the deluge in a paper cup. Oh my gosh, this person. Group 3, please, Spirit. What does their higher self want to say to Group 3? What does Group 3's person's higher self want to say to them? What does their person's higher self want to say to them, Spirit? Where are... Three of Swords with the Four of Pentacles. I'm going to get at least 2 more cards from this deck. What does their person's higher self want to say to them, Spirit? Oh, my days, excuse me. What does their person's higher self want to say to them? Wow, we have the Six of Cups. One more card. What does their person's higher self want to say to them? You got 2. The Hermit, which is seek. And you've also got, wow, the Eight of Cups again, moving on in the reverse. I knew it. I knew it. Your bottom deck energy is the Five of Cups. We're going to get some advice from their higher self now. There is more. Thank you so much if you watched all the way through. I appreciate you for joining me on this little fiasco. Your person, listen, straight up, no cap. Your person is only human, and they're really realizing that right now. They've made some mistakes here, to say the least. The advice from their higher self is as follows. We're going to talk about this in the channeled portion of your reading. We've got some more cards, though. Can we get some advice from Group 3's person's higher self? Wow. This came out for the other 2 groups, but in a different deck. It's very interesting. Very insightful people in this timeline. Even our higher selves are very aware. Group 3, please, Spirit. Can I please get some advice from their person's higher self? Thank you so much. One more card. Wow. These are your cards of advice from this deck. Oh my goodness, I've just got to get into this, I think. Let me just pull my chair in and have a quick sip of juice. I don't know why I did that. I just used it like mouthwash. That was so silly. Okay. Group 3, goodness me. I'm going to be channeling first person, by the way. You have really shown me things about myself. I just want you to know that being around you is like having the greatest reminder of why I need to be at my best all the time. You are such a motivating force in my life, and the idea that if I can just continue to do what I'm doing, maybe we can come together. That is the only thing keeping me on this path. I have to address the elephant in the room here, which is that there has been pain in this connection. But I've got to be honest with you. At this point in our journey, I do see room for growth, and I do see success for us. I see the opportunity for us to heal through our experiences in order to do this the right way. I do see victory. I see an opportunity for us to actually be recognized publicly as 2 individuals who are meant to be together. Walking away from this connection was one of the hardest things that I had to do. And at that time, it felt like such a coward's move. It felt like I was such an idiot. It felt like I have to do this, but it's so selfish. Now I understand that you needed time away from me to step into your power. And I needed time away from you to realize how I had been limiting myself in order to fit some sort of mold that had been placed around me. The truth was so painful, but it was also liberating, and it allowed me to really go into full contemplation mode and decide how I want to move things forward. I gained so much awareness, and I feel so much wiser since the two of us met and separated. It does feel like your energy in my life is something so profound, and I do realize now that it is possible for us to come back together, but the key seems to be allowing each other to continue expanding, and we couldn't see that, well, I couldn't see that for as long as you were right there. For as long as you were there, you became the light of my life. I had to lose that light in order to realize that that light exists within me, not in any one person I meet. It's something that I hold, I possess. And I know now that I don't have to consider relationships and you as a limiting substance in my life. I'm someone who is supposed to expand. And I realize now that I've been wanting to expand in the wrong ways. I'll be honest with you, part of me was very hesitant in general to walk down that path with anyone because I did see it as cutting my potential short. I've had to realize now that I was cutting my potential short in many other different ways that did not involve relationships, let alone you. I do feel like what we have is something that has forced me to just open up and examine my boundaries for how they lie. I'm naturally a very private person, which may shock you, but I do have barriers and I do have safety nets and little booby traps that I deploy if people get too close, and you triggered every single one of them and still got closer than anybody else. So I don't know if that's some kind of medal of honor or if that's honestly just something that I'm spending way too much time overthinking. At first I just thought, how didn't I see the red flag sooner? And now I realize that you were the green flag that was trying to show me where my red flags were inappropriately placed. I am hoping for a new opportunity, but I see opportunity as very tangible in the sense of when I think of love, when I think of us, I think of starting on the right foot. And getting the right foot in front may take some time. Getting the right pentacle ready for you may take some time. It has to be perfect. Maybe I'm a bit of a perfectionist in that sense, but I've been forced to grow up very quickly, and I've had to realize some things very quickly and process them very quickly. So the least I want to do is not rush the rest of this journey together. I have accepted that you are someone very significant, a soulmate of sorts in my life. I just wish I didn't treat you the way that I did. But this realization, this acceptance of who you are and of how you exist in my life has really caused me to rethink about my future. And until I can truly clear the barriers from my past, they will continue to impact my present. I'm currently healing through something that is not related to you, but it is causing my need to slow down. It is limiting my abilities to step into something with you. You've got to realize that when things between us became slow and stagnant or separated altogether, I engaged in other behaviors and relationships that were all a part of my awakening. This whole process has brought me closer to who I'm truly meant to be, but it has given me other things to heal from until I can truly present my ready self to you. I accept that I'll never be perfect, but I am currently needing to heal before I can continue to grow. This period of inaction is really teaching me a lot about myself, and I'm really stepping into a wiser, more attuned version of who I once was. I've definitely had a lot of time to reflect, and I'm not mingling as much as I used to. I spend a lot of time alone just thinking, and meditation or just mindfulness in general has really helped me ground myself and helped work through the fears or the pain that from my past that was being triggered. I am learning now that some of the behaviors that I ran from are things that I actually should be moving towards. And one of these behaviors, or things in general, was the relationship that was forging with you. I don't know what it'll look like moving forward. I don't think it'll be safe for us to go right from where we left off. I think it would be better to just start fresh, but I also don't know what starting fresh looks like at this point. I'm solely focused on just healing and deconstructing any other limiting beliefs that have been standing in the way of my happiness. I do perceive my happiness to go hand in hand with my material world, but I realize now that all of the things that I was pursuing when it comes to tangible success were actually forms of distractions and barriers from, or kind of like little, how would I word this? It's like they were little masks that were hiding my fears behind them. And I do feel like this clarity and this awareness is also making me more hesitant to sort of pay attention to my desires. When it comes to you, my desires are rich and run deep, but it does make me think that they're stemming from that place where masks are used to hide my true fears. I want to take it slow so that I'm sure, and so that I'm not rushing, and so that I'm not acting out of fear. I don't want to continue to act out of fear, whether that's a fear of being hurt or a fear of losing something really special. I need to try to come from a place of authenticity and understanding. I do see us being successful though. I just think that it's going to take me a little bit of time to really change the way that I see these things. These are perceptions that have been so deeply embedded into my psyche. It's very hard to just overnight or in a matter of months or years try to restructure these thoughts. I'm constantly triggered of them when I think about how this is going to work out between the two of us. So I am just focusing on healing until I can step into my power and truly unlock that side of me that is confident and ready to take risks. Stepping towards you isn't so much of a risk as it is a dream come true though. You were always someone who I wanted something with. I was just afraid that it couldn't fit into the rest of my plans. I was afraid that it would cause me to sacrifice parts of myself that I really desperately wanted to happen. I couldn't see at that time that you were a part of that plan. I feel like compromise is still required in order for us to come together. And honestly, I don't know what you even think of me anymore, or if you'd even be willing to have that conversation. You seem to be so removed from who I am now, and yet I still feel you as if you are a part of me. I still feel you as if you never truly left. We're so connected, and it does make me feel like you are a soulmate. You are a significant person in my life who is meant to come into my world to help me realize things and awaken to the truth. It has been a painful process of starting from the bottom and working back up, but it's been so rewarding so far. I have grounded myself in my values and my sense of security again, to the point where I am starting to feel more confident in who I am. I have an identity again, and it isn't something that's linked to my material world. It's linked to my soul, to my nature, to who I am at my core. It has caused me to burn bridges though. It has caused me to hide out and to kind of cut people off. And it has caused me to realize that some of the energy I was investing was not worth waiting for. I have to be honest with you, I did have to cut a lot of people out of my life, and it did make me reevaluate what direction I was headed. It felt like I was moving forward, but that whole time it's like somebody had a mirror in front of me and I was actually heading south. What a cruel trick to play. It has been the most isolating experience of my life, awakening to these true thoughts, coming out of the matrix and being my authentic self has really caused me to feel alone. But I do find solace in knowing that this is something that you've already been through, and that in some way your spirit is there with me, guiding me through this, like a beacon helping me come back home. I really appreciate every energetic message of love and support that you've offered me. I like to think that you've been a very impactful hand in leading me out of this darkness that I've experienced. I still think of you often, but I try not to because sometimes those thoughts lead to more sadness and hopelessness and regret. Overall, I feel so in tune with you and so connected to you, and I really hope I have the opportunity to tell you this sooner rather than later. I feel Spirit is guiding us back together. I just don't know when all of this will happen or when it will culminate or create itself. My advice to you, while I continue to heal and restructure the parts of my psyche that have been deeply embedded into my reality, is to continue to be the beacon of light that you are. Your presence is so powerful to me and to others. So many people follow your light as a guiding source. You were like my hermit in the beginning, offering me solitude and rest so that I could peace, so that I could heal. Honestly, just keep shining, keep vibrating that beautiful, pure energy. You're helping so many people, and I feel like you don't truly appreciate how impactful that is. You are someone who is supposed to be so high vibrational. And it doesn't mean you won't have your down days. We all do. We're all here to feel those things as well. But I'm so proud of the fact that I've been able to follow your light throughout this journey. I really want you to hopefully cleanse the way that you see people like me from your past, the ones who have caused you pain, so that it can help our connection grow and blossom into a new friendship or love. But aside from me, I know that there's other people in your life who you struggle to forgive, and I know that there are other people in your life who you have forgiven. I hope that you can see that behaviors can be changed over time, and I intend on showing you through my actions that this is possible. I know that for me especially, it's going to take time, and for someone like you who is so aware and so intuitive, there's no point in coming in and tricking you or pretending to be any less than a genuine person. So I am genuinely trying to change my behavior so that I can be the person that you deserve to have around you, a person you can trust again. I really hope you can try to heal the shadows of our past so that you can look at me again for the first time with eyes of love. I also want you to know that so much is happening behind the scenes for both of us. Everything is being pulled together like some sort of string puppet show, and there's so many working pieces in this show. We are just tiny drops in a vast ocean, and as frustrating as this whole divine timing thing is, there's comfort in knowing we aren't alone in that experience. There are so many other people in this community who are going through the same thing. And in the very least, know that I'm with you energetically, a part of your soul tribe, cheering for you and supporting you with my energy. But until that is possible, coming together does feel like a bit of a dream that can be frustrating. So I do encourage you to do what you can to make this experience more for yourself. While there are parts you can't control, it doesn't mean that you're not the main character. Everything is happening for you. Please seize those opportunities and remind yourself of that along the way. As frustrating as the uncontrollable is, it is all happening for you. So group 3, that's what I have for you. I'm going to have a quick sip of water. First of all, what I want to tell you is this person has had a lot of time to think about this. Nothing was really raw. Everything felt calculated and very well planned. They're very intuitive and are very aware. I wouldn't be surprised if this person watches tarot as well, or if they have some sort of spiritual practice that they like to use to get them closer to their faith or what they believe in, whether they believe in a god or whether they believe in a collective energy or whether they believe that there is something out there guiding them. This person has some sort of connection to the higher sources or the higher forces of this world. So They're someone who has spent a lot of time contemplating and reflecting and healing, but they still have more healing to do. They do see success in your connection, but there's big emphasis on it being successful. So there's none of this rush in and just do a quick, like, pull it together type of thing, last minute victory. No, this is someone who really wants to come correct, and they feel kind of ashamed for how they treated you in the past. Their behavior towards you was very immature, and it was a reflection of their passion, not their character. They're very, very passionate about you, but they don't want to act upon those desires. This person is seeing you for the first time with the eyes of unconditional love, and they do hope that when the two of you come together, whether this is as a friendship or genuinely trying to be lovers and partners in this life, they hope that you are also able to see them with eyes of love. They are wanting to acknowledge the Three of Swords here. In fact, this could be something that they went through again for themselves. It feels like they caused you pain, and they have had pain caused to them now. It feels like this person could be going through heartbreak or a breakup of some sorts, but regardless, they're at a path now where they're having to really choose to step away from things that are no longer emotionally serving them. And when it comes to this connection, it does feel like they abandoned the success of what could be. They are trying their best to look at things with a glass half full so that they can stay open to the possibilities of a victory here with you, let alone elsewhere. But the Don't Dream It's Over Crowded House song truly came in with the Star card. The Star card reversed is a feeling of optimism waning, someone struggling to find hope and faith in their daily routine or in their present moments. This is someone who is very nostalgic and very much tethered to memories of you and on past feelings of you, and they're trying to heal through the pain of what had happened after those nice warm memories, because it does feel like they shared warm memories with you and then very cold memories with you as well. This person is trying to focus on their future, so they're in this weird in-between space where they have to heal and they're not really here right now, if that makes sense. The way that I can liken it is when you daydream and you kind of just phase out and people are like, hey, hello, where did you go? That's where this person's at the moment. I do also think with the Star card here that they are just needing to heal right now. There is this feeling of needing to process things for themselves and also to see how it did impact you in order for them to realize the gravity of their actions. Like, it's not like a punishment, look what you did, like, look at what you did, you made so-and-so cry. It's like well, if I was you, how would I have felt? Because truth be told, it's bringing them a lot of insight into how they feel. I don't know if it's because when they were younger, they just weren't able to talk through their feelings with people. It gives me that feeling of, you know, when you're teaching your child accountability, and if they do mess up, it's not about making them feel guilty, but you want to say, like, there are reasons why you shouldn't do this. Look at how that person feels right now. Would you like to be treated in that way? That seems to be kind of what's going on here. They're getting a lot of insight and understanding from projecting themselves into your shoes. You are a guiding light to this person though, and you're someone who they feel is very inspirational to others. You could have a platform with the Star reversed, but I also just think that regardless of what you put online, the two of you aren't really in communication. This is someone who feels like they're at a distance to you. So we're going to get some more channeled messages from them. Group 3, please, Spirit. What does this person want to say to group 3? What does this person's higher self want to say to group 3, please, Spirit? Oh, the 3 of Cups. There is someone else. Can you elaborate, please? Love is the answer. Can you elaborate, please? I'm open to compromise. This is interesting. You are wrong. They are waiting for you. Seven of Wands reversed. 9 of Pentacles reversed. What does this person want to say to group 3, Spirit? Yeah, this has been something that's come out a lot lately. It's for the soulmates in separation or twin flames, however you resonate. Bottom deck energy is the 6 of Wands reversed. The Six of Wands reversed. Wowzers. So first of all, your person is anticipating a reunion with you. That's what this Three of Cups is representing. I don't think there is someone else, but by the time this person makes their... How do I word this? By the time they make their way back, you could be entertaining multiple options, okay? I see you vibing so high that you just have a lot going for you, okay? You will have other options, but their desire is to come into union with you. This Three of Cups is talking about a reunion, a celebration of familiar friends and sort of coming together. The reason why I feel that there isn't someone else is because this card came out with the Two of Cups. This person is wanting a reunion to be able to talk to you and have a heart-to-heart conversation. The Two of Cups is implying a compromise and understanding each other's emotional needs. The two of you need to have a conversation where you're both on the same page about what you want. And I feel that this person needs to be in a situation where other people are pulling you together because they've passed the point where they can simply call you up and say, hey, are you busy this weekend? What do you want to do? Like, they actually need to wait for someone to invite the two of you to be together in order for this to happen. And they're conscious of that. I want to tell you, this isn't just their higher self saying that. This person knows that. This person is conscious about that. Group 3, your person is very smart and they're very intuitive. Strong Mercury placements, whether they have Virgo or Gemini in their chart, they have strong Mercury placements, and this person is very smart and very intuitive. They are recognizing you as some sort of impactful love, and they are very afraid of losing you to someone else. But they have to accept the fact that if you are meant to be soulmates that are in union in this lifetime, then divine is going to help them make this happen. You know, it's going to be something that is blessed, not cursed. Now, another message here is that this person is following in your shoes. So I'm sorry, it's not supposed to be a responsibility or a burden, but what you do, I'm hearing monkey see, monkey do. They are waiting for you to take action towards the areas of your life that you want them to fulfill. You're teaching this person through your energy. That's how connected the two of you are, how to treat you and how to be a part of your life. There's a strong feeling here of really, you know, that gooey kind of, it's a little bit, what's the word? It's a little bit, it's a concept of like, be the date that you want to have, if that makes sense. And I first heard this concept from like an old school show, which is so amazing that it's been around for that long, because we think of society as being a certain type of way, but actually there's always been progressive people in every timeline. And the idea is that you treat yourself in the way that you want others to treat you, including lovers, especially partners, especially loved ones who you want to spend a lot of your life with. And this person is a prime example of that. Their higher self is saying that they're mimicking the way that you treat you, and that's how they'll treat themselves and you. So there is a feeling here with the Nine of Pentacles reversed, not to cut yourself short from your opportunities and for your security, your success. The Nine of Pentacles reversed is encouraging you to be in your power of independence and fulfilling your needs, your very physical needs. With the Seven of Wands reversed here, this person is working through their fears. And I feel like the Seven of Wands reversed is talking about almost letting go and surrendering this power play with them so that the two of you aren't just running and chasing after each other. There is a strong feeling here of just standing still in your power and letting whatever happens happen, because if it's meant for you, it won't miss you. Now, you also need to know that this person has received epiphanies and they are still healing. This has come through a lot in your reading, but the Four of Swords is a strong push on this person needs time for them. It's not personal. It's not supposed to be this whole like, I'm sorry, I have to bounce. Because I'm sorry, group 3, but it wasn't about you. It was about this person really awakening to themselves and taking time to step into that power. They're in a state of stability now where they're simply just needing to heal and process everything that has happened. So the Six of Wands reversed is a feeling of being defeated. And I see this as diverting the energy from this connection into other areas of your lives, which I feel you're already doing. Now, we're going to get some initials as well. These initials could have words in the letters, so we're going to see how we go. This is like the icing on top of your reading, okay? So take it if it resonates, don't force it to fit. Group 3, please, Spirit. What are the initials of their person? Okay, we got a lot of S's today. It's quite a common letter, I guess. Oh, this one has L's. Yay! We have an O, we have a Q, we have a T, E-E-A-R-T, we have S-G-L-L, excuse me, E-A-P-E. So these initials could be the initials of your person or yourself. We were aiming for your person though. In terms of words, I'm seeing agape, which reminds me of the, or agape, like agape, it's spelled like that. Agape is a part of the Wild Unknown Archetypes Oracle deck, and that card represents unconditional love. So I feel like your connection with this person was truly a test of unconditional love, and it feels like this was the agreement of the two of you incarnating in this lifetime to teach each other that and to help each other awaken to that, because it's already a lesson that you've learned, if I'm honest with you. You just never got to do it this young. It feels like in a previous lifetime you learned about this too late in life. Now, other words I'm seeing are quote. I'm also seeing peel and reel and steal. I'm also seeing relate and palette, which is interesting. We can also see gape, slap, ooh, gall, the gall. We can also see patter, patter, gated, gatel, gates, stare. Yeah, if there's a feeling of like stale, things going stale, but stall. Yeah, I feel like there was a time where one of you was stalling here. One of you was stalling, not wanting things to move forward. And also, seagull. No, I'm kidding. There's no you. Anyway, group 3, thank you so much for joining me in today's reading. I'm going to call it there. I want to end your reading by taking a quick second to thank your guides, my guides, and our spiritual teams for helping me channel today's messages and for more importantly, keeping me safe while doing so. It is so hard to do these readings regularly because they take up a lot of energy. Thank you for all of your support. If you feel inclined to, please react to this video by hitting the like, dislike, or comment section down below. Apparently it boosts the algorithm. I don't know, there's a lot of debate about it, but people have started saying it more, so I was like, maybe I should be saying it too. Anyway, look after your beautiful selves, group 3. Stay strong and keep seeking your truth. So much love, sending it your way. I don't know why I said it like Yoda, but thank you for being here, and I shall see you in another video. Bye! Hi group 4 and welcome. If you guys chose this rock crystal, it's not really a crystal, is it? If you chose this rock, then this is going to be your reading. Welcome group 4. I just want to get right into it, if I'm honest with you. We have a lot to cover. We're getting channeled messages from your person's higher self. I have included timestamps down below if you would like to skip the shuffling and join me straight in the reading portion of your video. Otherwise, welcome. Let's get these messages out. Group 4, please, Spirit. What does their person's higher self want to say to them? What does group 4's person's higher self want to say to them? They're showing me the Wheel of Fortune reversed. What does their person's higher self want to say to them, group 4? We're also being shown the 4 of Pentacles. What does group 4's person's higher self want to say to them? We're also being shown the Princess of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Pentacles here. One more card, please, Spirit. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. Stop. We have the Page, the Knight, and the Queen in progression. Oh my gosh. Your bottom deck energy is the Chariot reversed. Not surprised. My gosh, what's going on with the collective energies at the moment? I gotta watch collective energy reading updates, I think, because I'm noticing a lot of slow energy, a lot of like, can't be bothered doing that right now type of energy. Group 4, please, Spirit. What does their higher self want to say to them right now? What does their higher self want to say to Group 4, please, Spirit? Oh, hello. We got the 5 of Wands coming out upright. What does their higher self want to say to Group 4? We have the Temperance card. What does Group 4's person's higher self want to say to them? We have the Empress in the reverse. And we have the 3 of Swords in the upright. Okay, your bottom deck energy is the 6 of Wands, believe and succeed. Okay, we are going to get advice as well from their higher self. Group 4's person's higher self. What is the advice for Group 4 from their person's higher self, please, Spirit? This is your card. We will talk about that in your reading. We've got some more cards though. I know, so many cards. Group 4, please, Spirit. What is the advice from their person's higher self? What is the advice from Group 4's person's higher self? Is this your card? No, I'm kidding. That's so cheesy. One more deck. Group 4, please, Spirit. What is the advice from their person's higher self? We'll get one more card from this deck as well. I don't know why I'm shaking. Oh my gosh. I did go to the gym today, but I didn't do arms. I did my back. I'm still shaking. Crazy. Group 4, please, Spirit. What is... There we go. Hello. Welcome. Ooh, this card looks a bit scary to me. I was watching scary movies with my brother on the weekend. That's probably why. Okay, Group 4. I am going to be channeling first person, so that's what's going on there. Honestly, I am just so sick of losing. I am so sick of losing. I am so sick of things just not going according to plan. I'm so sick of sticking my neck out and having it slapped back into its shell because yes, I'm starting to feel like a turtle. These challenging times have really taken a toll on my energy. It is such a constant struggle trying to constantly be 2 steps ahead. I'm starting to realize now that my energy is everything. What I'm putting out is what I get back, and I'm being very careful at this point in time what I put out. I'm being very careful about what I choose to put my energy towards. If it isn't going to help me, then it can live without me, and that's just the way that I've been living at the moment. I'm coming out of a period of feeling very, very, very down. I've got to be honest with you. It has been very difficult to climb out of this well. It felt like everything in life was just pushing me back down this well. And it has caused me to lose confidence in the things that I was stepping towards, including this connection. I've started to lose confidence in where we're going and what's actually happening here. And at this point in time, I don't want to put anything into this unless I know that you're going to be there to meet me halfway. It does feel like this is unfair, but it's come after me realizing that there are so many areas of my life where I had just been taken advantage of. So please don't take it personally, but there were so many areas of my life that I've had to kind of pull back from and do a bit of a stock take. Like, wait a minute, how much was I giving? Oh my gosh, I'm in deficit. If I were a account, I would be minus $1 million because the amount of energy that I had been giving to people was ridiculous. When it comes to this connection, my soul wishes for there to be union. My soul wishes for things to come into balance and harmony. I have to appreciate the fact that you are someone who is very incredible to me and someone who means a lot to my journey and to who I am. You are like a bit of a mirror, and you reflect parts of me, both strengths and weaknesses, back so that I can see that. And for that, I am grateful. And I feel like there's got to be a reason for that. But when it comes to this connection, it just feels like nothing is growing. So I do have to be careful about what I put into this and what I choose to take out, because there's not a heck of a lot in there. Again, if we look at this like a bank account, there's not a lot to spend. Now, I do want you to know that I'm really trying to consider how to step forward right now. I'm at a bit of a standstill. I'm trying to grow in a specific direction, and things are not going according to plan. It feels like these were things that I'd tried to do to distract myself from you, and it was very quickly negated by Spirit. Spirit quickly slapped that tool out of my hand and said, I know it's shiny and I know it looks good, but it's not for you. So I'm at a bit of a point now where I have to just kind of sit and lick my wounds and figure out, where do I go to from here? When it comes to you and this connection, I don't feel ready enough yet. I still feel a bit immature. I still feel like I gotta grow more. I still feel like we're both just not doing enough to be able to make this work. And it's coming mostly out of pure intuitive feelings, because it feels like it's been so long since the two of us just kind of sat down and spoke to each other. I have to go off what I feel, and I feel like I still need time to grow. I feel like I still need things to focus on and things to heal, and it's starting to feel like, when is any of this going to actually work out? I've got to be honest with you, if I'm actually forced to think about it for too long, it still triggers feelings of pain, and what happened between us still feels very fresh. So I do still need to appreciate that the past happened for a reason in order for me to expand. But until I can embrace that, I just need to be in my lane of working through this chapter of growth in my life. I also want you to know that I am the kind of person in a relationship that likes to move slow and steady, that likes to be practical and logical about each step forward. And that's an approach that I have to many areas of my life. I don't like to rush into things, and I don't like to go into something without knowing what I'm signing up for. I like to read the fine print and be fully aware of my responsibilities in any situation. I want you to know that when it comes to us, I think that if we do take time, it could work out. But I think that time by itself won't heal what's happened here. Time and action needs to happen in order for this to work. And it seems like neither of us are truly wanting to take that action. For me personally, I'm not. I've still got things I need to focus on and put my energy towards. I'm still afraid of where other areas of my life are going. I am very confident now, though, compared to when you first met me. And I do feel like I am growing and evolving quite rapidly, if I'm honest with you. It feels like I have a sense of security now that I definitely didn't have when we first met. And I do think that I'm coming into a position where I can consider myself stable enough to, quote, settle down, unquote. It really feels like things are starting to reach a pinnacle, and the more that I kind of climb up and the more success I do accumulate, the little bit more lonelier it feels. It's starting to feel like I should have someone to share all of this with. But because I move so slowly, it's very difficult to make these things work when it comes to this connection and love in general. I do feel like there are bumps in the road right now that are forcing us to either decide how we want this to work out or decide to not let it work out. These challenging times, I can't lie, it feels like I'm always competing to have you in my life. It feels like I'm always competing to be an option, and I don't know if I want to keep doing that. I don't know if I can keep doing that. It's so exhausting, constantly feeling like I'm being compared to someone else in your life. It's so exhausting feeling like I'm constantly second best. I have to start being more selfish. The scales in this relationship are so imbalanced. We're definitely not partners. It feels like we're both out here for ourselves, even though we both have genuine feelings towards each other, even though we both have genuine desires to act towards each other in a specific way. It feels like this is just a mental warfare of strategy. And I just can't keep doing it that way. I can't keep pretending like I'm enjoying this. I can't keep pretending like it isn't taking a little bit out of me every time. I do just need to heal and stabilize and find something more balanced. I'm trying to change my approach to this relationship so that it can be more successful, whatever that means. Even if that means that we grow in different ways, because I have to consider every possibility here. This relationship has been incredibly challenging on my energy. It's forced me to really think about what I want here, because God knows it hasn't really gone according to plan. Coming back to that primary message, nothing in this relationship has gone according to my plan. On a divine scale, I am being encouraged to just hold back and stabilize right now. I am suffering defeat in many different ways and needing to appreciate how I've been limiting my own actions. I am feeling like my soil has gone stagnant and stale, like I can't actually plant seeds where I'm at in life. I'm feeling like I'm going backwards instead of forwards sometimes, and it is very, very frustrating. I have to tell you all of this because it is impacting our connection. It is impacting the possibility of the two of us coming back together. My perception is very focused on self right now because I'm very frustrated by my own circumstances. And to be able to share that with someone else is more of a burden than a relief. I don't want you to feel the weight of my frustrations and my challenges. It just feels like I've been hustling for so long, and it would be so much easier to be able to cut you free from that instead of keeping you along with me for this hustle journey. There have been successes. I shouldn't just paint it all pessimistically. There have been many successes. As I said, I'm definitely more secure and successful than I was when we first met, but it has come with a heavy price, and part of me feels like I haven't had the chance to just enjoy the journey. Part of me feels like I've had to just kind of grow up really fast and elevate myself into this position where I'm now teaching others to be like me. It feels like things need to slow down, and I don't know if that means that I just am not ready and subconsciously running from you, or if that means that I'm subconsciously preparing for you by being conscious of the fact that I need to slow down and make more room for the things that I've missed out on. It does feel like I just evolved so quickly. I do just want to slow down. And this period of slowness has really brought more balance into my world. It's strange though, when I balance myself out, I don't feel two sides of myself. I feel myself and you, as though I possess both our energies, balancing my overall energy out. I also feel imbalanced when your energy isn't with me, when I'm primarily focused on just my own or just yours. It's interesting how I have to consider both in order to feel balanced. In terms of advice, because God knows you probably need it, while I'm figuring out this existential crisis that I'm experiencing, I do want you to see that we are both on an ever-changing journey. We are both growing. We are both in a position where we have the choice to either stagnate and slow things down a bit or continue embracing the opportunities that are given to us. While I'm working on some very big things right now, I'm also constantly reminded of the fact that any static moment in my life is because I'm trying to slow it down. So I hope that you're appreciating that same nugget of wisdom. You can have growth. You can have forward movement. Every ending is a new point of beginning. I don't doubt that while I've been expanding and growing, you too have been doing the same in your own ways. I do hope that you know that whatever happens, I don't know what it will be. At this point, it feels like nothing's going right, but whatever does happen, it is meant to happen in that way. There is both peace and kind of relief in that knowing. Whatever happens is meant to happen in that way. We are ever changing, and we are on an ever changing journey. I also want you to know, this is something that I had to learn for myself. Attack, pain, fear, judgment, and any form of separation are merely calls for help. There was a time in our connection when I would accuse you of doing things that I myself was doing. There were times when I would look at you through judgment glasses without looking at myself. There were times when I would emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually separate myself from the people I care about, not realizing that it was a call for help. I do want you to consider the fact that we may be mirroring each other here in different ways, and the fact that we may be each calling the other person out, calling out to the other person for help, and not realizing that we're the only ones that can answer that phone. So it's not all gloom and doom. This message has a positive twist. Despite this growth and despite this well of sadness that we both seem to be trying our best to crawl out of, there is still so much to celebrate in this life, and it does not have to be filled with negativity. I do hope that you are doing what you can to have fun. My advice is to celebrate more. Don't be so serious. Don't be like me. Don't be like me. Don't be out here focused so much that you forget to have fun and see the view while you're going. Now I have to go back and try to make up for the views that I've missed. Have fun, celebrate, and don't be so serious. And lastly, my other message for you is to trust your intuition. You hear that so many times, and yet you constantly forget. That niggling feeling is there for a reason, and it may be more accessible through quiet moments, or moments where you are without distractions from other people or other media sources. Trust the niggling feeling. Your intuition is guiding you in the way that mine is as well, and it is constantly there like a beacon, pinging and reminding us of what we need. Not just what we need to know, but what we actually need right here, right now. Information is helpful, but our actions are the key parts of that change where we're at. Knowing something is very different to acting upon it, and your intuition is there to encourage you to act upon certain things. So please trust that niggling feeling and what it is trying to tell you. I want to close this by saying I'm not perfect. Please, if you are following me in my footsteps, know that I'm not perfect. I'm not a genuine sign of success. I'm battling my own demons, my own frustrations, and my own sadness all the time. I really hope that you can find fun and peace in your journey moving forward, because that is literally all that I am focusing on doing right now. Please look after yourself, and I'll be watching from afar. Oh my god, that's creepy. Sorry, group 4, I gotta call it there because I wasn't expecting that little twist at the end. Oh my gosh, I was like ready to come back, and then to hear that at the end. I'm watching from afar. What does that mean? We're going to talk about that soon. First of all, your reading. Group 4, my gosh. This person has a funny bone. They're a typical Virgo. They have a good sense of humor, but they're a bit sarcastic and pessimistic, to say the least. I don't think I need to tell you that. But I do think this person is very hard on themselves. I honestly saw myself in their energy, but I do think that they are very hard on themselves at times. I think that this person has very high criteria, and if they don't achieve within those criteria markers, they feel very, very, very defeated. I think that your person may be going through an episode, of sadness, let's say that. I'm not a mental health professional, but it does feel like they are waking up and having to fight every day to be happy. This person just is going through a lot, and I think that there's been a lot of moments of just wishing it was simpler. When it comes to your connection, I don't really know what kind of page the two of you are on. It feels like you're just kind of energetic partners. And I would be very surprised to know if you're actually married to this person, because they are very much considering their journey as working in tandem with yours, but not like connected like that. It's like the two of you are like this, moving forward. They're trying to keep you at a distance. It is a call for help, but at the same time, it's them thinking that they're protecting you from their own baggage. This person is going through something that they feel they need to balance out for themselves. Their energy is not where it could be, and they're perceiving a moment in their lifetime where they have an opportunity to really grow and flourish here. The Empress and all the Pentacles tells me that this person is probably doing really well, or wanting to, or at the point where they could be. But I just think that their mind tells them that they aren't sometimes, or aspects of their journey remind them of how they aren't doing well. So it's like this dual thing with this person. It could just be at the time that you're seeing this video, you know. I think a lot of us have definitely faced our demons in the past 2 years with what's been going on over the whole world. But it does feel like this person, let me tell you, it's a daily battle. It feels like it's a daily battle getting out of bed almost. Like, that's what it feels like. I do think that they're calculated. I do think that they're serious. I feel like this person needs to kind of eat their own words and have more fun and trust their intuition more and stop attacking themselves. I feel like this is someone who likes to separate rather than open up. They're not that kind of person. If they're going through something, they keep it to themselves and they try to fix it by themselves. They could have cardinal energy in that sense, like an Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn. I do think that they are wanting you to flourish while they sort themselves out. It feels like they have to regulate their energy. And I don't think they want you to be stuck. I think they're realizing that areas of their life that felt stagnant was because they had been genuinely avoiding them or genuinely refusing to pay attention to them. This person has treated this connection like that. At this point in time, your person is choosing to avoid this connection because they see it as something that either has to end or grow, and they don't know what to do, so they're just focusing on other areas. They also have other overwhelming areas of their life that are requiring their attention, and I just feel like this person doesn't have a lot of energy to give. Like, honestly, I can't even move my arms right now. It's so heavy, so heavy. I just feel so lethargic. I feel like this person just doesn't have a lot of energy to give. So they're being very frugal and very careful about where they invest themselves. And when it comes to this connection, it's just not worth investing in at this point in time, is what they're saying. Now, for many of you, you are mirroring each other. So you could be watching this and going, wait a minute, that's me. And I could honestly see how that could be happening. I could honestly see how both of you are... This reading is going to be very confusing for people who resonate with that, because part of it feels like it's them, and then another part it's like, no, they're mirroring you. Wait a minute, what? Who are we talking about here? So please, if that resonates, just use your discernment. Appreciate that this person may be experiencing similar themes, and take it as confirmation that their higher self knows what you're going through and can appreciate the struggle that you're going through. Oh my gosh, we have to get more channeled messages. And my arms feel so heavy. It's so hard to just move right now, but I have to. I'm not this person. Oh, okay. Group 4, please, Spirit. What else does their higher self, well, Group 4's person's higher self, want to say to them? What else? We have the 4 of Swords in the reverse. What else does Group 4's higher self want to say to them? We have the 7 of Pentacles. What else does Group 4's person's higher self want to say to them? Oh my gosh. These two came out together. I'm a very jealous person. Love me. God. If you insist. Group 4, please, Spirit. What does their person's higher self want to say? We have the 6 of Wands coming out now. 2. We'll get 3 more cards. What else does Group 4's person's higher self want to say, please, Spirit? We have these 6. Oh my gosh, stop. You have 3 6s here. You have 3 6s. The 6 of Cups reversed and the Six of Wands twice. One more card. Hello. It looks like a 6, but it's a 9, I promise. We also have they are waiting for you. Oh my gosh, I don't doubt that. I think this person is waiting for you. I think they just can't even, they're like, you know what, I don't even have the energy. If this person wants to be a part of my life, they'll be a part of my life somehow. If the divine spirit in this universe wants this person to be a part of my life, they will make it happen. But until then, I've got my own battles to fight. Your bottom deck energy is the Four of Swords reversed. So we got that twice. This person is coming out of I'm seeing Han Solo being reanimated, you know? They're coming into a period of reanimation. On that note, I do think that this person is being quiet. Not like specifically, but I'm seeing this as a no contact situation. This may change very soon, but the Four of Swords reversed is telling me that they're coming out of a period of healing and they're slowly reanimating. And this is going to mean that they could crop up very soon. I see that this person is very focused on their energy right now. They're very focused on being more successful here. We have the Six of Wands twice, believe and succeed. This person has some sort of goal that they're wanting to achieve, and it feels like they want to focus more on that. I do think that this person is very attracted to you. There is a feeling of wanting to be the hero here. So I don't know what that means, whether they want to be a hero to you or whether they want to be heroic enough for you, if that makes sense. There's a feeling of needing a victory for a change. This person just wants to win for a change. They're so sick of losing when it comes to you and when it comes to love in general. The Seven of Pentacles here, I don't doubt that they wish things were different. They're so frustrated by how complicated all of this feels. It feels like a trick. It feels like, why did I have to develop such an intimate connection with someone if I can't even have them? The Seven of Pentacles is talking about patience, and I feel like all of this is leading to another opportunity to be successful with the Six of Wands here. This person is slowly building up the courage and also the confidence to be able to believe in themselves again. They are focusing a lot of their attention into how they see themselves and more so just ticking boxes. I feel this person being very goal orientated. There's a strong emphasis on Virgo in your reading for some reason. Spirit keeps showing me the attributes of like Virgo and the 6th house, and it just feels like this person is very much in an analytical space of like acting upon goals that they've set for themselves and ticking them off. I do feel like this person gets a bit of a headache when they think of you because they don't really know what to make of it. There is this strong feeling towards you of love, if I'm honest, but there's also this feeling of like, please just choose me. So there's a feeling as though you didn't choose this person, or as though a choice was made and it wasn't this person. The Six of Cups reversed tells me that the two of you will most likely cross paths again. Their higher self is indicating that this could happen in the next couple of months if you are in a physical separation. Otherwise, if you're with this person, it feels like they are emotionally distant right now, and it feels like they're trying to find love for themselves from within. This person is very focused on filling their own cup when it comes to love, and I feel like it's easier that way. They have been let down. They feel like they've been let down, and they don't want that cycle to continue in this relationship, so they're trying to just fill their own cup. I do feel like if you are in a stable, happy relationship, the person that could have let this person down was somebody that they did love and they trusted, and it felt like they still got let down. So this could be going back to childhood here with the Six of Cups. We could be talking about a parent who walked out. Now, we are looking at, I'm a very jealous person, so I feel like this person hates being compared to other people. And if there is a third party involved in this connection, they absolutely hate it. Like, honestly, I'm literally feeling like nails are dragging across the chalkboard right now. They hate being compared to other people. They're so sick of having to compete for you and for this connection, so they have focused on themselves. This is someone who is at a point where it's like, you know what, I'll never be perfect, so if this person wants me, they know where to find me. They are waiting for you. I do think that this higher self is just trying to be honest here and say that this person is probably not going to take action towards you, Group 4. They are focusing more on themselves and the fact that for many of you, you didn't choose this person. Again, you could be mirroring each other in that sense, and it could be you who's in that position. And if that's the case, then just take it as confirmation that this person's higher self is aware of that, okay? Now, to close your reading, we are going to get some initials. These initials are aimed to help add like confirmation that this is your person. Otherwise, I've been actually finding words in the letters, so we'll see how we go. Take this as icing on top of your reading. It's just supposed to supplement it, but again, if it doesn't resonate, don't let it take from you. Now, group 4, please, Spirit, what are the initials of their person? Okay, gosh, we've been getting so many S's today. Okay, we have 2 L's again. Oh my gosh. All right, so in terms of initials, this is supposed to be the initials of your person to add extra confirmation. Otherwise, they could be your initials, but I've been making letters out of words out of the letters. So we have an I, B, V, O, A, L, N, S, E, M, S, N, O, U, T, L. First of all, I'm seeing out. I'm also seeing, oh, no, we're not going to say that word. Okay. I'm also seeing bail. Oh my gosh. I'm seeing snail. Yes, things are moving very slowly. I'm seeing slob. Oh my gosh, maybe this person really dipped into a very heavy energy for some time and it's taken them a long time to get out of that. I'm seeing must, and I'm also seeing moist. Why did that word have to come into this reading? I'm also seeing leans and lean. Veil. Oh, I'm seeing slave. Slave was so heavy in the last group. Oh my gosh. I'm also seeing mail and like emails. Blames. I'm also seeing blues and bloom. Looms. It feels like this connection looms over them. Bile. They get sick to their stomach when they think about the other person. Boils. It boils under their skin. Oh my days. Is there anything else? Time. Is there anything else? Votes. Oh my gosh, why is votes here? Well, don't get political on us. Why is votes here? Anyway, that's what I'm seeing. If you find your own little words that you'd like to share with group 4, please comment it down below. So group 4, I want to close your reading by thanking your guides, my guides, and our spiritual teams for helping me channel today's message and for keeping me safe while doing so. You do have one last message here. I miss you. Do you? That's from your person, not their higher self. That's from this person's heart space. So I do think that their higher self is very protective of this person, and I do think that their higher self is in a definite position where they're able to see more. I feel like this person is still very, I don't know, they're very much like fighting to get out of something and stabilizing from a period of feeling very down. So please take what resonates, don't force anything to fit, and don't take it personally. Today's reading was aimed at offering you clarity, and if it did anything other than that, then let it slide. Don't let it take from you. Thank you so much for supporting this channel, myself, and just free tarot here on YouTube as well, Group 4. Please look after yourself, always trust your intuition, and I shall see you in another video. Bye!